Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day weekend with your loved ones. Today's project, I wanted to do these, what would you call them? Page huggers or over the page flaps. I'm just grabbing my journal. And let's get to it. It's getting full, guys. All our projects have been going into the big book of ideas. This is still going to be a giveaway. But she is getting really chunky. She's going to be a gator mouth. But all of our projects have been in here, and I'll cover that on a video so you can see how far she's gotten. So here is the project. They're using upcycled envelopes that we get in the mail. You can see I have a 2 window pocket here. I have a large 1 window pocket, and then I have a small window pocket. And depending on your envelope will determine what side it'll go on. So it'll fit something like this on your page. Okay. So if you have it on a decorative page, whatever's on the page will peek through your window. So if I wanted to put it here, you'll see that through the window. And then you can use it as a bookmark. So let me grab these out of the way. So when your book is closed, you know exactly where you're at in your book. And then on the back side is a little pocket where we can stick some fun little things in here, which I lightly decorated. So whatever you put on the back, if you want to put anything, is up to you. So this is the one that it goes on the right side of your page. This one happens to go on the left side of a page. So that's what that would look like. And when your book is closed, you know exactly where you're at. So that is your mark. And then on the back of this one, I made this one into a belly band. So you could do whatever you like. This one happens to be a little bigger because the window is a little longer. And then I did lightly decorate that with a clay filigree. So that is that one. And then this one is also on the left. And this one I just added a bow. So that's what would stick out of your book. And then on the back side, I have a pocket that's decorated on the bottom. So you can stick some fun little ephemera pieces in there, or even a journaling tag. So that's what we're going to do. You can call them page huggers, bookmarks, whatever makes sense. So grab your upcycled envelopes, grab some ink. These I inked on the covers and stamped, but I did line the inside with some paper. I lined the back with some paper. So grab some digitals or lightweight copy paper, whatever you have. You can ink the whole thing if you choose to. Maybe we'll do that instead of using decorative paper for the back. And glue stick, scissors, some wet glue, paper trim if you have it, and some upcycled envelopes, inking if you so choose. And let's get started. All right, so I rounded up my stuff. This is the envelope I'm going to use, which means it's going to be on the left side. And the reason why it's going to be on the left side is because my window is predominantly to the left. So when they send you mail, it's on the left. When you send it back, you'll normally see the window on the right. Like return payments. Let's see if I have one here. Nope, these are all them sending me. I just grabbed whatever I couldn't get my hands on, but these might all be, oh, that's an odd one. Here's a return payment. Sometimes you'll find them on the right. But anywho, if you really want it on the right, just be mindful. You're going to want to reinforce this side here because that's the side that's going to be constantly being touched to open it and bookmark your page. Okay? So envelope determines left or right, but you can quickly alter that. I give myself about an inch-ish. I don't measure what looks about equal to the top in space. I cut that off, and of course, I hang on to these because we make pockets out of that. So there is that easy, that simple. I did pull out this faux, what does this look like? Robert McNeil, Mill Worker 15, almost like a directory, address directory. This was a free digital somewhere, don't remember where. I am just going to quickly trim this off. And this is on copy paper. I have a lot of digitals that I printed and then never used. So I have been really working on getting through that. And I think that's what I'm going to want on the inside. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun. I can even put it on the back side too. I have another one. Might as well, while we're here, think about it. What am I going to put on the back side? And again, I have this envelope of digitals that I've just been slowly chipping away at. Sorry about the reach, guys. Yep, I do. I do have another one. Why I printed two, I don't know. But I do have two. Okay, so that'll solve the back. So before we do anything, I'm going to want to distress the outside. Now, if you coffee stain yours, you are ahead of the game. But if you didn't and you have some ink, this is the next best way to get some color onto your project without having to go through the ink, the drying, the dipping, the drying, all that good stuff. I'm gonna figure out how to cover those markings. Be careful with the window. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then I'll just have to clean my mat once we're done. The back is going to be covered, so I am not worried about that. To pull out some supplies. And I am going to want to ink the edge. So I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying the projects and getting creative and thinking outside the box. Thank you for all the lovely comments on the hidden paper clip project last week. That was a lot of fun. Didn't that just like, wow, what a game changer. I can put a paper clip on everything. But I hope you guys are having fun with that one. I'm trying to see what's the best way for me to glue this, because I am not going to glue the entire thing, but I want to give myself a little bit of a border in case I mess up. And I'm going to need my glue book. All right. I think I'm just going to come around the edge. And it's a little cold here today, so my glue stick is a little on the thick side. Try to get that all the way in there as best we can. And I think this is the easiest way, is to kind of lay it out, open it up, butt it up, and then get it down. So you can even see I still went a little crooked, but it will work. I'm going to cut off that excess right along the edge there. there we have that. That easy. And then we're going to want to cover the back. So I did use this side. So I think for the back, I'm going to want to use the other side. I don't need to cut off the top. I don't need to cut off anything. This is what I want. So I'm going to come in around here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to add some glue. And the glue stick, I always cover it. I always mention it in case someone new is watching and is curious about the glue stick that I'm using. I'll show you in a minute. Let's see, I said around there-ish. It is Simply A Plus jumbo glue stick. I get it from my local discount store. It works really well for me. I haven't had any issues with it. But then again, I only use it paper on paper. No fancy paper or, you know, just basic paper. Unlike art glitter glue, you can use on a multiple of different textures of paper. I've only tried this on regular paper and it works very good for me. All right, so there is the back. Okay, starting to look like something. Here is the front. Got a little glue here. So I'm gonna cover that up. And now we can decorate. Now we can decorate however we want. So let's see. Let's see what we got. I know I had this pulled out. I always like to add a number of some kind somewhere. And the other ones I stamped. So let's see. Let's see. What stamps do I have? Oh, this is the same one that I used. This is a background stamp that I got from Temu for $1.79. And I had wanted numbers and stuff, so I think we're gonna go with that. I am gonna want something underneath. All right, so let's do that. We're gonna stamp. And I think I'm gonna want more of the script than anything else. So, and this is just to give a little interest to that white area. I know I'm gonna cover that, but that's okay. We're just gonna drop it in here and get what we get. Okay. And then maybe this part here. So grab that right there. And then if there's anything else left here, which there wasn't, so let's just grab some. All right, just a little background fun, easy peasy. All right, I had did a swap recently where Rhonda has sent me this beautiful note, but I really love this floral here. So Rhonda, don't look. We're doing what we do in the journaling world, and that's upcycling items when we can. So I think I'm gonna want, oh, it's in that pretty And it covers all of it. Let me just rough up this edge up here. It's beautiful paper. And when I saw it, I just had to reuse it, kind of salvage it. And you can tell it's distressed stationery. So I wanted to overlap that window just a little bit. And then I think this can, yes. Perfect. I don't even have to look at it anymore. You guys agree? I normally don't decorate too much on camera because I can never make up my mind. But this one is super easy because it's all the colors that are easy for me to put together. So I'm gonna come up against that edge without getting my head in the way. Okay. All right, how pretty. And then I think this we're gonna add at the bottom. And I feel like we need something. We need something. Some kind of ruffle, some kind of something. I did pull this out. Not sure. This is really hard to tack down. Let's see. I have a little piece of material here. Maybe we can ruffle up something, or just maybe do a pull tab. Something simple on the top. What do you guys think? I wish I can hear y'all. I'm gonna leave that there. What else do we have? I mean, it looks pretty just like that, but it will get lost in the book. Oh, I have another book here. I feel like it will get lost in the book without a little something to add to the edge. But if that's what you like, you can definitely leave it like that. Leave it flat. I would like to add a pocket back here, but I don't have anything around me that would work, guys. So I'm gonna leave it right there before I mess it up. But that's how I did my little over-the-page bookmark or book hugger or whatever you may want to call it. I don't know. But using upcycle envelopes. So here is this one. And this one opens on, goes on the left side of your page. You can even have bling there. Very pretty. And then you have, I put a belly band on the back of that one. This one, again, on the left side of your book. Added a bow. This one has a pocket. This one is on the right side of your book. And then has a pocket, lightly decorated. And then here's the one that we did together. Very simple. Just some collaging on the front, very lightly. Stamping and ink blending. Some paper on the inside and back to give it stability. And then this one goes on the left side of your page. And then, again, you can always add some ruffle. Maybe something that comes off the top. It can even be a whale tail tab, something that you'll be able to easily recognize. And then in the back, you can leave it plain. So there's a few different varieties for today's project. I hope you give it a try. Let me know what you think. Been having so much fun going back and revisiting some of my favorite projects that I don't use that often and do that often because I get stuck on the easy everyday stuff. All right. Have an amazing week, guys. I had a very busy weekend last weekend. We'll get back to our regular schedule, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care now. Blessings. Bye.